Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Let's start with today's stories. Am I the idiot for ruining both my parents' marriages for disowning me? I am the byproduct of my parents' extramarital affair. Both of them had spouses at the time. My birth mother got pregnant and had to tell her husband, as he was overseas when I was conceived, so there was no way I was his. A few months after I was born, they decided not to divorce. I was given to my grandparents on my mother's side, to raise with my birth father secretly paying child support without his wife's knowledge. Both my parents had other children. My dad's side knows nothing about me, but my siblings on my mom's side were told that I am adopted by my grandparents. Recently, I decided that I wanted to know more about my dad's family, and I sent a friend's request to one of my siblings and my dad, so I could get to know him. Well, he freaked out and contacted my birth mom, and they asked to speak to me over Skype. They both told me that they couldn't risk staying in contact with me, and told me that they were going no contact, and to please respect it and move on with my life. Well, I did pretty much the opposite. I contacted my dad's wife, and shared screenshots of our conversations and told her everything. She is now divorcing him. While on my mother's side, I told both my siblings, who then went on to tell extended family, including her husband's side. So now, they are separate and my siblings hate my mother. Currently, my siblings on both sides have been upturned and after the satisfaction has worn off. I feel like I unnecessarily hurt them through my parents. Am I the idiot for ruining my parents' marriages? Op gives more info in the comments. Info. How old are you? I am 17. Info. How did you find out the truth about your parentage? If it was later in life, I'm particularly interested in how your adopted sister acted towards you. My aunt told her daughter, my cousin. Me and my cousin were close growing up, and she felt that I deserved to know the truth. My grandparents reluctantly said it was true, and also told me who my dad was. I found out about all of this 4 months ago. On the matter of you divulging the information to your father's wife, what were you hoping to achieve? Was it something along the lines of, if they can't deny me, they'll have to accept me? Or were you hoping that it would cause them to divorce, as a punishment for him essentially abandoning you? To be honest, I wasn't really thinking so far ahead that they might get a divorce. I just wanted to punish him for teaming up with my mom to disown me, because I inconvenienced them for existing. First of all, it wasn't you who ended your parents' marriages, it was their cheating. Second, I don't think you are the idiot. Not really. Because when you told the families, you didn't have the intention to make your bio parents' marriages fall apart. But you did want to get back at them, you just didn't know that the consequences of disclosing this information would be so extreme. Honestly, I think you just wanted them to acknowledge you, for them to apologize to you, for how they handled things, and maybe have some type of relationship with you. I do believe that the moment that you found out who your biological parents are, and the truth of your conceptions, you start thinking, hey, maybe after all these years, maybe I can have a healthy relationship with these people. I don't think you were expecting a mom/child or father/child relationship, you just wanted to be accepted by them and their families. But instead, you were rejected once again by these people, and reminded that your existence is a mistake and an inconvenience. It must have been hard to hear this, it must have been horrible actually. And I'm so sorry you went through that. But at the same time, you are not completely out of guilt here. Because like you said, you wanted to punish them, you just weren't aware of the extent of the punishment, and how many people would be affected when the truth came out. Also, how is your relationship with your bio mom, since you grew up knowing her as your sister? And what about with your half-siblings? And I don't understand why her and her husband's marriage is ending now because of this now. He knew about the affair for years, and knew about your existence, so why he wants a divorce now? Were there other affairs? Or is he one of those people, quote, since everyone knows that you cheated on me, I can't be with you anymore. Anyway, I can't feel sorry for this guy, because I don't doubt that he also had a part in the decision to hide you and give you away to your grandparents. But I'm sorry for your father's wife, who spent years without knowing that she had been cheated on and married to the guy, and who has now discovered the type of man and father her ex-husband actually is. I also feel sorry for the children on both sides, who have had their lives turned upside down. But this wasn't at all your fault, OP, 'cause like them, you were also a victim of this mess. Now let's read the comments. Not the idiot. You didn't ruin anything. They did. Your birth parents have been and continue to be completely selfish a-holes, and everyone deserved to see who they really were. The only people who upended anyone's lives are your parents. You did not deserve to be told to go away or hidden. Not the idiot. Your parents are effing selfish. So many other options for them, instead of just pretending like you don't exist. If you don't want your spouse to find out you cheated, how about not ducking cheating? All you wanted was a little contact with family. They rejected you. Well, they don't get to choose whether your half-sisters and brothers want to know you or not. Maybe sharing screenshots was not the right way to go, but honestly, if you keep such a huge secret from your spouse, you deserve to get found out eventually. Not the idiot. It's really shitty that they would try to deprive you of having, literally any family, besides your grandparents, so that they can cover up their bad behavior. I don't blame you for what you did. You're definitely going to have to deal with the fallout, but at least you can now have a relationship with your siblings. Not the idiot for ruining their marriages, they did that by cheating. Sure, exposing a cheater's cheating will hurt the family that's being cheated on. But in my opinion, that's never an a-hole thing to do, even if it's now in the distant past. You didn't make them cheaters, you just exposed them for what they were. And what did you guys think of it all? Would you have done the same as OP? If not, what would have you done differently? Please, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Oh, and are you enjoying the video so far? If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. This really helps the channel, so I appreciate it. Am I the idiot for saying that my husband's first child will be my mother-in-law only grandchild? Throw away because I don't want anyone I know finding me. A little background. My 23 female husband, 25 male, has a child with another woman. It happened before we got together and she didn't tell him about the child until after we were married. As soon as the DNA test came back it was his, he informed his family. My mother-in-law then posted it on her social media, talking about how she is a grandmother. Well, one of her friends commented telling her congrats, and she replied that it may be her only chance to have a grandchild. I suffer from polycystic ovary syndrome and endometriosis. My husband and I have been trying for years, with no success. This is where I may be the idiot. I told my husband that if this was going to be her only chance to have a grandchild, then any child I have won't be her grandchild. She knows about my fertility issues and has come to doctor's appointments with me. My husband agrees with me. This isn't the first thing she has done, but that's another post. But I don't know if I'm the a-hole. Edit, since there are more questions, I'ma clear some things up. My husband has 3 other siblings. When she made the comment, she tagged both my husband and I in the comment. She doesn't have contact with the birth mother, and only gets info from my husband. This is not the first time she has done something like this. My husband and I dated for a short while in high school, and she says that I broke his heart. She has told my husband that he needs to stop doing everything I say, because we decided to move away from her. I'm not having this reaction from nothing. OP gives more information in the comments. I have been wanting to be a mother since I turned 18. My husband and I have been married for 3 years, and have been trying for that long. So, Because your mother-in-law acknowledged another grandchild, you are excluding her from any of your potential children's lives? I'm excluding her because she said that child might be her only grandchild. I don't care that she posted about the child. I love that child also. I'm upset that she brought my fertility issues up, when it's no one's business. My mother-in-law doesn't even see the child, and the mother has refused to allow her to be in its life. I love that. It's a part of my family. Adoption is always an option. Where we currently live is a foster state, so we are moving to an adoption state. Until I read OP's edit, I was going to say that she and husband were exaggerating in their reaction, that since they have infertility issues, this really could be mother-in-law's only chance to have a grandchild, and that she was only replying to a friend on her own post. But apparently she's had a problem with you for years, OP, whether because of your infertility issues, or because she didn't want you to marry her son, or for any other reason. Tagging you in that comment was cruel and unnecessary. The only good thing about this is that your husband saw how cruel and mean his mother is. And she still complains that you guys moved away from her. Who would want to continue living close to someone like that? Also, she should stop lying to her son, saying that he should stop doing what his wife says. Let's be serious, she's only angry because he doesn't do what she says. And what is this story that your stepson is going to be her only grandchild? Even if he ends up being your husband's only biological child, she has 3 other children. Do they not intend to have children, or have they simply ceased to exist in the context of her malicious comment, made with the only and pure intention of attacking you? Either way, it's clear who the witch in the story is, and it's not you, OP. Not the idiot. And what do you think about this situation? How would you deal with OP's mother-in-law? Now let's read what the comments have to say. She replied that it may be her only chance to have a grandchild. Your mother-in-law posted this on social media? Putting up your fertility issues publicly is very poor. Endometriosis can be a terrible problem. My sympathies, OP. Thank you. Hopefully soon I can conceive. Not the idiot, you have every right to be angry. Your mother-in-law should not have discussed your personal health information. But address that with her like an adult. No doubt she messed up, but don't get on her level. I'm gonna say not the idiot, simply because you haven't actually done anything yet. You mentioned it to your husband alone, if I'm reading correctly, and honestly you're just mad. You should confront her about the comment and how it made you feel, minus the threat of disowning a grandchild. If you do have a kid, I'd imagine your feelings would have toned down a bit, so anything you happen to have said to your husband isn't really relevant. Now if you said it to her directly, you'd be the a-hole too. Not the idiot. Your mother-in-law was super rude and insensitive to post anything implying that you may never have a child. You would be right to keep that kid from her. She has no empathy towards you at all, but only your ability to give her a grandkid. Not the idiot. Your husband has your back here, that is a ding-dang good metric for whether you're out of pocket or not. Your mother-in-law sounds like a piece of work. Here is also some more replies from OP. You are the idiot, I completely get why you're upset, but saying she won't get to be a grandmother to any future children you and your husband have, is not how to handle this. You mentioned there have been past issues, so I'm assuming communication has already been tried, if not that be the first step. You'd be using a kid, or kids against her and creating a family dynamic where one kid in your family has a grandmother, and the others don't. It just seems like the situation that would create endless drama. I'd try to fix things, and give her enough rope to either justify cutting off all your husband's kids from her, or none. Edit, and if that decision is made, it should be because it's best for the kids, not for getting back at her. Fair enough. I don't want to keep any children I have from her. And I hope we can work out our differences. I'm already low contact and so is hubby, but it's not what either of us want. We are actually moving to her city to try and be closer. But, You do? Like this post is about you telling her that any children you have wouldn't be her grandchildren. This math ain't mataying. I don't want to keep them from her, but I will, if I feel that it is right for mine and my children's mental health. This isn't something I decided on a whim. Well, if OP and her husband believe that going back to live close to mother-in-law will help their relationship, I hope it works out. I just don't know if it will. I also hope that doesn't happen the exact opposite, and the mother-in-law mistreats OP more, and ends up interfering in their marriage, and perhaps even destroying it. Well, I hope all the best for you, OP. I hope you become a mom soon, whether it's getting pregnant or adopting, but I genuinely hope this dream of yours comes true. Good luck. And what about you guys? Do you agree with the comments? Or would you give OP other suggestions? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.